Greetings, YouTube. Welcome back to the channel. I have mixed feelings about the quote-unquote forced leak. I mean, it's not really a leak if Kabam's just discussing it on their own YouTube channel, right? I don't know if I prefer the 18,000 or 21,000 unit option over the store that they've brought back. We'll look at everything that we saw last year because that set the tone for this year. It seems like July 4th is a traditional format for both Cyber Weekend and July 4th. At least it was this year, where you did have the different unit tiers. It was almost like bouncers at a club that unlocked, the best items. But Cyber Weekend is a similar store to like a Deadpool weekend event. I'm curious if you like it, like one better than the other, right? Because they're very different, but they have similar goals. This was Cyber Weekend last year before Paragon, when Thronebreaker was still the highest in terms of its overall progression level. $5 got you a Cav Nexus Crystal and 1/4 of a 6-star. Of course, with 135 units. My wish for this year, I guess I'm just going to have to bring up the specifics of Paragon. I think it's cool if they doubled this to half a 6-star for $5 this year. The Cav Nexus Crystal, I'm cool with. Like, if it's just this, but it's 5,000 6-star shards, I'm good. Because if it's limit 5, you get 25,000 6-star shards with all 5 purchases. That seems good enough to me. Now, I think $10 should be... I'm even fine with them keeping the 2 Tier 2 Alpha, but it should be 1 fully formed Tier 5 Basic at this point for $10. I think it should be a 25% Tier 5 Class Catalyst Fragment Crystal. I'm good with the 2 Cav Nexus again. I think that might be a pattern. Sometimes they give us like a specific Cav Nexus, like a, say, 2021 champions in the Cav Nexus. I actually might prefer the overall one over the 2021. That's another good thing to ask in a poll. But the $30 one, I have a feeling, I don't know if they're going to give us 5-star 6 stones this year. But if they don't, why not just give us 20 6-star 6 stones for $30? That's about what we pay now with the daily card, because $35 or 7 days of the $5 daily card gets you 7 stamps, which could give you 20 6-star 6 stones. So you might as well save for $30, 20 6-star 6 stones. I think it should be a fully formed 6-star crystal. I prefer them to keep the shards to 10,000 versus giving us a 6-star crystal, so that those of you who want to purchase featured crystals can have the shards, because of course if you get a basic crystal, you don't get the shards. I do want to remind you all though, it was a few years ago. I have the file in this very album, but I don't want to waste time by going over the same information that I went over on my video Monday. But for what it's worth, a couple years ago, when 6-stars were far rarer than they are now, though they're still rare, we got $30 for a 6-star Nexus. Not $50 like it's been ever since, but $30. I wish they would return that, at least for Paragon players, and then maybe make Thronebreakers the 10,000 6-star shards. That wouldn't even be like huge progress. That would just be returning us to where we were in 2020. But until they do that, I have no faith that that's actually going to happen. I do think a 50% Tier 5 Class Catalyst Fragment Selector would be a minimum goal, if not 100% one. And I wish that they could give us Tier 4 Class Catalyst Selectors instead of the Tier 4 Class Catalyst Crystals at the bottom. $50 is a very interesting price point, because $50, I guess I'll go back to this one. $50 for Cav Nexus, again, that's to be expected. I still want those to be selectors. Tier 2 Alpha, I think... By the way, given what July 4th showed us, and we'll go through all that in a second, every one of these tiers should have Tier 6 Basic and Tier 3 Alpha. Rank 4 materials are a hot commodity now, as much as they've been ever. And Kabam should want to give us Rank 4 materials, because they should want Battlegrounds rosters to be stronger, so it's harder to win. Therefore, you need to spin to keep up. That is the whole purpose of progression in this Marvel Casino YouTube channel. It's a whole purpose of the Marvel Casino of Champions content in a game. I talk about progression on my channel 24/7. It mirrors the game, and we saw this on July 4th. Why not bring it back even more on Cyber Weekend? Now, the $100 a year ago was the first time that we saw Tier 3 Alpha and Tier 6 Basic, and we will go over how much of a improvement this was. But I want to just point out, last year was the first time we saw a generic rank 2 to rank 3 rank up gem. So why not have this year be a generic rank 3 to rank 4? And you might be saying, what? That's not going to be possible. That's totally too generous. I don't agree. I think that they would want us to purchase $300 for 3 rank 3 to rank 4 rank up gems plus bonus items, because that is where the game basically is a year later. That's how much has changed since technically this was recorded November 26, 2021. It's also worth noting that the Cav Nexus crystals and 1 million gold are to be expected. Now, last year was the first time, again, we saw this. I took screenshots of the leaks, and I use leaks in air quotes. They're forced things that we can go at in a second. But in general, I think 1,000 units should get you a fully formed 6-star this year. I love the Tier 4 Class Catalyst selectors and Tier 4 basics. I think this should just be 500 units. This should definitely be a selector. The Prime Ascendant crystals, I hate it, but they'll probably do one of those. Tier 6 basic, Tier 5 basic and Tier 2 alpha should be replaced with Tier 6 basic and Tier 3 alpha. The featured 6-star hero crystal is probably going to be that. 26 stones is great, but I think this should be 1,000 units this year. This should be a rank 2 to rank 3 rank up gem for 2,000 units. And then, yes, this was July 4th weekend. This was this year. Specifically, right before July 4th, right? And so, Tier 6 Basic, Tier 3 Alpha, and 6-star shards. We still only saw half a 6-star. They kept the 6-star shards from Cyber Weekend, but improved it to Tier 3 Alpha and Tier 6 Basic. You have the Tier 5 Class Catalyst Fragment Selectors, the Tier 5 Basics. Now, notice they had 6-star crystals. This was not popular with some people because they wanted the shards for featured crystals. I wonder if they're going to bring this back. Also, for $30, you had a rank 1 to rank 2 rank up gem. I hope that's $10 for Paragon players this time around. And then, again, we have rank 1 to rank 2. And then rank 2 to rank 3 was $50. And then setting the stage for rank 3 to rank 4 being $100 was what they gave us, and it still broke the game, considering how rare these were and how expensive these were. For Paragon players, 1 Tier 6 Basic and 1 Tier 3 Alpha. The evolution of that is a rank 3 to rank 4 rank up gem. I still love the 2 6-star Nexus crystal selectors for class. I think they're going to keep that. The 5 Tier 5 class catalyst, they can keep that. Basically, the only thing they can change if they need be is the rank 3 to rank 4 rank up gem. And they also had 5 Tier 5 basic. That is cool. We know that these are not going to be the format this time. Instead, I'll exit out of this real quick and darken the screen to end this. But instead, we had a preview image of this. Now, 2,000 units. Notice it's 1 of 1 purchase for all these. 1 purchase limit. So 3,000, 5,000, 7,000, 8,000. I'm going to take my webcam off for this. Now, we do have down here, it appears to be some relic item, which I'm not a fan of. But here, 6-star Nexus, Tier 6 Basic, a Tier 3 Alpha. We've got a Tier 5 Class Catalyst with maybe a generic 6-star Awakening Gem again. We've got another 2,000 units for 1 of each. 2,000 units for a current 6-star featured crystal and 6-star 6 stones, probably at least 20. You've got a rank 2 to rank 3 rank up gem for 3,000 units. So because free-to-play players can purchase these, I assume that that's another argument for $100 worth of cash for a rank 3 to rank 4 rank up gem for Paragon players, because they want people to spend the cash, and of course units can be saved from free-to-play players. All of this is interesting. Shout out to MCOC OP for the technical account that this was from. It's also worth noting before we end this video that they're bringing back the 8-year anniversary calendar, and that's going to be Tier 2 Alpha, Tier 5 Basic, maybe Tier 4 Class Catalyst Selectors. I might imagine more Tier 2 Alpha, maybe a Tier 5 Class Catalyst Selector, and then ending with a featured 6-star crystal. So really, the big thing we don't know is the items in the unit store that you purchase your units to buy the bonus Cyber Weekend unit offers. I am still holding strong to the hope that we get a rank 3 to rank 4 rank up gem for Paragon players. I could be wrong, but that is my wish list, and that's what this video is called. So thank you for watching. Let me know what your wish list is in the comments below. Bottom line is, I don't want to see any relic stuff in there. You know, I just want to see the normal amount of goodies. 6-star Nexus crystals, rank up items, 6 stones, awakening gems. That's what gets me most hyped right now. And that's where I am. Maybe in a year it'll change. But this is November of 2022 for a reason. And as always, I'm honored to make this video and hopefully serve this amazing community a little bit each time I upload a video.